I am the producer of the Danza project, and there's a lot about the Adrien Broner episode that has not been said, so let me lay it out for you. His writer for this paid interview was Chips, Punch, and Casamigos. None of us met him until the day he showed up, which was 3 days late. Each night we're in the studio, set up, ready to go, wait for hours, and it gets pushed to the next day. The day he did show up was hours late and came with his whole crew. And when he came in, immediately said, "Who the fuck are these guys?" Made a disrespectful comment to Chris. And we're looking at his team like, are we good to go? And the answer was yes. AB sat down, demanded the remaining balance for the interview, and said, "What the fuck are we doing? Let's get going." So we started. About 15 minutes in, Danza contacts his management and is like, "Should we cut this? This is rough." The answer was no. We ultimately shut it off after 30 minutes. Now, our shows are normally 2 hours or more. Right away, there was talk about clipping parts out, but that discussion ended with, "Leave it all up." Danza and Chris did their absolute best. They even brought Antonio Williams, his protege, on camera to try and talk to him some, but Adrien still commanded the room. Like, if you've ever had family that drinks, it's that kind of drunk where if they're quiet, you can hear a pin drop. Everyone was on eggshells, hoping he doesn't snap over something. Now, this is just my view, but I got the impression that whatever led up to that night, his team was exhausted with him. They were saying things like, "All right, AB, fine, have it your way." We have every right to say, "Fuck this guy. He ruined an expensive show," but that literally never crossed our minds. We never saw it like he screwed us over. On the business end, though, that is exactly what happened. We saw from the first moment that this poor guy is fighting some big issues. And given his state of mind, it would have been a massive problem if we sent him home. I guarantee you there would have been a fight. And we've never been in this position before. So it's supposed to be a big interview for us. We're a baby podcast. We barely have over 10,000 on YouTube. Obviously, the last thing we want to do is make some name for us doing some TMZ type shit. Maybe it's just my perspective as a producer, but whether we post the clip or a blog posts the clip yelling at us about it, you're still getting exposure off the same content. You're still getting paid off the same content, which we won't ever see a dime of off this episode, period. Same thing with Smack White. We respect our guest. The fans wanted us to grill him about some battle rap drama with Easy. Could we have done that and gotten the viral moment? Yes, but we didn't. That's not what we're about. From a business perspective, we were heavily disrespected, lost thousands, and now we're the asshole if it's out there. All in all, though, my heart goes out to Adrien. We're not even mad about the money. We just hope he gets help first and foremost. One, I think this all went down to try and maintain business. I'm sure Adrien didn't want to cancel for a fourth time. I imagine he needed the money. I believe he showed up with full intention of doing the interview like we had discussed. The show must go on, as they say, but the full interview is still down and it will remain down. It's caused us enough money and trouble as it is. I truly have zero beef with Adrien. The team has zero beef with Adrien. We know that wasn't him. There's clearly a solid dude buried under all those issues. He's a good man fighting bad demons. I hope we can have him back once he's back on his feet. I mean, he still has insane energy. Bang was talking about 5 a.m. workouts that Adrien drags him to, which is in the interview but will not be seen. And two, I think a part of us did what you do with family. You know, you do your best to ignore it, work around it. He said some very deep and vulnerable things that I think would ultimately help understand who he really is. And that's all our interviews have ever been about. We want you to look up our interviews if you want to see what it would be like to chill with that person in real life. see them open up and be real. As for the fans and haters, if you follow Adrien, send him love. Whether you knew it or you know it now, he needs y'all's support. He doesn't need to hear, oh, that's it for Broner. He needs to hear his fans rooting for him. He needs to hear that y'all still believe in him. And if you really pay attention to the interview, if you saw it, he's fully aware of the state that he's in. I wish him the best, and that's it.